everybody. Welcome to Phases the Next Level. I am your host, Dimbalette Sunshine, and I'm so excited to be back with you all again. So, you guys, thank you. I had a pretty good response to my video yesterday. I was kind of nervous since I haven't been around in a while, but thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, by the way, please subscribe, like, and share. Leave your comments below because your opinion matters. If it's nothing but saying, hey, Phases, I would appreciate that. So, you guys, I wanted to stop by really quick. I won't take much of your time, but I want to talk about breaking into the entertainment business, the music business, filmmaking, whatever it is. Because every time you hear someone talking about the entertainment business, it's always a bad, sad story. Whether you've had experiences or not, I'm sure you've heard of people's stories and things that go on. And so let's talk about. I was listening to Claudia Jordan with Queens and Cocktails, Cocktails and Queens. Anyway, Claudia Jordan was interviewing Kyla Pratt, and you guys know Kyla Pratt from so many different sitcoms growing up. She's almost 30 years old now with two girls. So just I just love her, and she's just a sweet spirit. But anyway, so Kyla was talking about, well, Claudia was talking to Kyla about how she's had a good run in the business, and was always steady working in the business. And Kyla was saying that, you know, basically she was saying that she felt blessed by it because, you can be working for a year, and then all of a sudden there's no work and you don't work for years in this business, and that's just how it works. Not that you don't have the talent or anything, but you get so many no's. And she was saying that she had a really good support system around her, and so basically she kind of missed some of the bad and horrible things that happened to entertainment child actors growing up. But there are some really horrible stories about that, and it really tends to happen to those that don't really have that support around them, or that have the kind of support that maybe would fall for any offer or anything. But Kyla was talking about she works off of people's spirit. It's her spirit. If their spirit is not right, she somehow has been blessed to be able to identify that and kind of separate herself from that. And then you hear about horrible stories about actors having to do things that, that compromises their character, just to be successful in the business. One of the examples was that men had to wear dresses, or had to have parts where they had to put on a dress. Not that they were gay or anything, but if they wanted to work, they're going to put that dress on, right? I was also listening to another interview with another actress. She was a Black woman. She was on Unsung, and she was talking about how, I'm gonna think of her name in a minute, but she was talking about how, she was having to take, earlier on in her career, how she would have to take jobs that she was this mean, either a dope dealer, had to play a whore, had to, play in married to a gangster, all kind of stuff that compromised who she really was, and that who she didn't really want to, she didn't really want to take those parts, but she wanted to continue working. Then you have where you have these child actors and actresses that are coming up, and they don't you see them as a child, but then you never hear from them again. And they discuss that it's because they probably couldn't make it through the stuff that they had to go to, because the business is grimy, whether it's the music industry or the entertainment filmmaking industry. What we get 9.5 out of 10 times is that it's very grimy. So I'm so thankful that for Kyla, that she didn't have to endure some of those things, and that she made it. But she said it's very hard. You have to have a very strong backbone to make it. And I wonder why, you guys, why is it that something that looks so glamorous, the glitz, the glamour, the award shows, the Grammys, the this, the that, um, the nice rides, the bling and all that stuff looks amazing. But what do people have to endure on the backside of that? I also listened to another actress, and she was talking about how, um, yeah, you see the glitz and the glory, but a lot of times those things are not The things that you see them with, they don't own it. They're lent. They lend them to them to get their names out there, but they don't own any of that. And a lot of times, that just because you see them on TV and in movies and on shows and on performing on stages and all this kind of stuff, they're not making the money that they're worth. They're not getting paid what they're worth. Back to the lady that I was listening to on Unsung, she said that after, she got seasoned in the business, she no longer was going to fall for taking anything, just any kind of job. She was going to pick and choose, and if that meant that she couldn't work, then that's what she was going to do. She was not going to work. So again, I say, why is it that it has to be so grimy? Is it because, the executives, the owners, whatever, the big wigs? Is it the power that be, because they're being greedy and they have this kind of control? They also talked about how the actresses, they do that because they love their work. They love what they do. And so some of them will submit to doing whatever they have to do to survive in the game. But I think it all should go back. Now, this is just me. I think it should just all go back to um, morals and values, you know, and really sit back and really look at that thing and really, say, am I willing to compromise my character? Am I really willing to compromise, who I am, what I stand for, to get this job that is not even going to pay me what I'm worth? So I think what I would say to young actresses and actors that are coming and trying to break into the business, I think what Kyla Pratt said that was um, very smart, was that you have to have a strong support system. Whether you're a child actress, actor, whether you're an adult, you coming and breaking into the business, you have to know the business. You have to know the business side of things. You have to know about contracts. And if you don't, that's part of your support system, getting somebody that understands your contracts, that will watch your back. Like, it's so hard. You have to have somebody that will watch your back and at all costs, that you trust. Now, we talk about other entertainers, singers, and how they had people that they thought they trusted, that just did them really bad, right? So how do you even find someone? Because a lot of times it could be your family that you just thought you could trust, and the money got to coming in, and they fell off for whatever reason, did you wrong. Now that relationship is broke, and now you out looking for somebody else to support you that is genuine and honest. It's a shame. Like so many people, there are millions, I think, of people, tons of people, thousands of people that want to break into that industry, that are working so hard for that. And I just wonder, I know I heard a conversation before about this, breaking into the business, and how once you're in the business, like, you don't have a HR, you don't have human resources to keep people intact, to keep people in line and abiding by rules. You don't have that. Um, so that support right there is gone, because when you work in a corporation or business, like a legit business, there's an HR person. So if somebody's violating you or crossing lines with you, or being prejudiced or whatever, you go to your HR person. But you don't have that in the industry. So that's kind of sad. And I wonder with the younger generation coming up, will they actually realize that, or who is going to educate them to say, listen, this is the whole truth, and we're going to peel back the whole ugly truth about this business, and see if you still want to be in the business. And if you still are saying yes at the end of this conversation, because it gets a little grimy, but if you still saying yes at the end of this conversation, what are you going to do to have your ducks in a row, to have the support you need, to have the business mind that you set that you need, to have people to come in and support you and watch your back, like every move, and watching people, because people are grimy. People are grimy, and it's so sad that you can't be in a business of that you love, doing something that you love to do, and not have to worry about, am I going to have to do things that I don't want to do to stay in this business? Am I going to have to compromise? Now, don't get it twisted. You have to compromise in some way, like for your pay, and negotiate that and stuff like that. But I'm saying compromising, like giving up your body. Men that don't really want to put on a dress, but because I need to work, I got to put this dress on and go out here on this stage and act like I'm having fun. Is it worth the compromise? And if it is not worth the compromise, how do you get around it? Or how do you figure it out? And I feel like it ain't been figured out yet, because it continues to happen. So anyway, you guys, that's all I wanted today. I wanted to stop by and make sure that I am giving you something, hopefully on a daily basis, but I am very busy. So it may not be on a daily basis, but I want to give you something. So that's breaking into the entertainment business, at a really high level. Leave your messages, leave your comments, and I'm going to get out of here. In the meantime, respect yourself, respect others. I'm out.